I don't know.
We'll just put it here.
I don't know what's it.
We'll just leave it here.
Okay.
You're going to stand around here?
Not touch. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm trying.
Okay, good. Okay, good morning, sisters. We're going to begin this session. I'm actually just translating, so this is Oksana Kononenko from Novosibirsk, Siberia. Please welcome her, please.
Здравствуйте, сестры!
Hello, sisters.
Огромный привет вам от церкви Евразии.
I bring you a huge warm welcome from all the churches in Eurasia.
Я немножко расскажу про Евразию, если вы не знаете, что это и где это.
Just in case you don't know what Eurasia is or where it is, I'll tell you a little bit.
Евразия объединяет 10 стран.
Eurasia is made up of 10 countries.
Россия,
Russia,
Белоруссия,
Belarus,
азиатские
the
страны,
Asian countries,
Казахстан,
Kazakhstan,
Узбекистан,
Uzbekistan,
Киргизия,
Kyrgyzia,
Таджикистан,
Tajikistan,
Туркменистан,
Turkmenistan,
Кавказ.
the Caucasus region.
Там есть три страны.
There are 3 countries there.
Грузия,
Georgia,
Азербайджан
Azerbaijan,
и Армения.
and Armenia.
Вот такая большая семья у нас.
Very large family we have.
Милостью Бога там есть 34 церкви.
By the grace of God, there's 34 churches there
И 3870
and
учеников.
3,870 disciples.
Слава Богу!
Praise God.
У меня есть привилегия рассказать вам несколько хороших новостей от нашей группы
It's
церквей.
my honor to share some good news from these churches.
Один отрывок, позвольте, я прочитаю вам.
Allow me to read just one verse from the Bible.
2 Тимофею 2:15.
2 Timothy 2:15.
В современном переводе там начинается так.
It says this.
Делай все, что в твоих силах.
Do all that you can. Make every effort.
И дальше вы можете прочитать сами.
And you can read the rest yourself.
Я расскажу, как мы стараемся делать все, что в наших силах.
But I just want us to be remembering that we need to do everything we can, to be making every effort that as far as it depends upon us.
Есть классная церковь в Ростове-на-Дону.
There's a great church, for example, in the city called Rostov-on-the-Don.
Это юг России.
It's in the southern part of Russia.
И там есть 100 прекрасных учеников.
And there's 100 great disciples.
Много лет подряд они организуют спортивные
For
фестивали
many years now, they've been hosting a sports festival
для детей из детских домов и патронажных семей.
for children who are orphans and also being fostered.
И в этом году на таком фестивале было 400 детей.
This year at that sports festival, they had 400 children.
Проблема, с которой мы сталкиваемся, что люди
The problem that we're running into, though, is that people
не готовы прийти на собрание церкви сразу, когда мы их приглашаем на улице.
often won't just come straight to a church meeting when we just invite them off the street.
Но если мы их приглашаем участвовать в благотворительности
But if we invite them to serve shoulder to shoulder with us in charity work,
вместе с нами, они
serving
очень
the poor,
рады.
they love that with us.
И ученики приглашают своих друзей участвовать в таких спортивных
And the
фестивалях.
disciples invite their friends to come along and volunteer with the disciples.
В этом году вместе с учениками из Ростова было 50 добровольцев не учеников.
This year, right shoulder to shoulder with the disciples from Rostov, the church, there were 50 volunteers that were just friends.
И слава Богу, после этого 2 девушки-добровольца
And thank God, after that, 2 of the girls who were volunteers and friends of disciples
захотели изучать Библию
wanted to study the Bible
и вскоре крестились.
and were baptized shortly afterward.
И после этого одна из них позвала свою сестру прийти на собрание тоже,
One of those 2 who were baptized invited her sister to come to church.
и та тоже крестилась.
And she
Слава
also got
Богу.
baptized, praise God.
Другая история из Москвы.
Another story from Moscow.
Одна сестра из Таллина, Эстония, обращала свою подругу из Москвы.
One sister who lives in Tallinn, Estonia, one of the Baltic countries, invited her girlfriend to come to church, but this girlfriend lives in Moscow.
И эта сестра, она уже была тяжело больной, но продолжала делиться верой с ней по телефону.
Our sister in Tallinn, the country farther away, was really ill, very seriously ill, but she continued on the phone to talk to her girlfriend in Moscow about coming to church.
Когда ее подруга, ее зовут Анну,
Now, Anu is the one in Moscow, when her girlfriend
согласилась прийти на собрание и познакомиться с сестрами,
agreed to come to church, and she started to meet the sisters in the church in Moscow.
оказалось, что она живет в доме, где собирается
It
церковь.
turns out that Anu lives in the same building, the same high-rise where the church meets.
Она живет на 9-м этаже, и церковь собирается на 1-м
She lives on the
этаже.
9th floor, and the church meets on the 1st floor.
Ей нужно было только одеть тапочки, спуститься вниз, и она уже была на
All she had
собрании.
to do was throw her shoes on and go down the elevator, and she's at church.
Слава Богу, что эта женщина изучала Библию.
So praise God, she studied the Bible.
И, к сожалению, наша сестра к тому времени уже ушла на небеса.
And sadly, her friend in Tallinn who started this story has already passed away and gone to
Но
heaven.
мы думаем, она радовалась на небесах, что Анну крестилась.
But we know that she would be thrilled to know that her friend Anu got
И
baptized.
спустя 2 месяца крестился сын Анну.
And since then, Anu's son has become a Christian as well.
Мы думаем, это так классно, что наша сестра из Сталина не сдавалась до конца.
We're just so proud of our sister in Tallinn who did not give up.
И делала до конца все, что она могла.
And to the end, did everything within her power. She made every effort right to her last breath.
Сестры, я живу в
Sisters,
Новосибирске.
I live in Novosibirsk.
Это в Сибири.
That's Siberia.
И если вы не знаете, где это, то это
And
нормально.
if you don't know where that is, that's okay.
Это прекрасное
It's
место.
a fantastic place.
Лучшее место на земле.
Best number one in the world.
Снег лежит там 5 месяцев в году.
We have snow there 5 months of the year,
Но это хорошо.
but it's great. It's deep.
Мы остаемся долго молодыми.
We're young. We're very young because of cold.
Потому что мы как замороженные.
We're preserved by the frost.
Я крестилась 22 года назад в
I was
Новосибирске.
baptized 22 years ago in Novosibirsk.
Как шутит мой муж,
My husband jokes with me.
мы родились в Сибири,
We were born in Siberia.
мы крестились в
We were
Сибири,
baptized in Siberia.
мы женились в
We were
Сибири,
married in
и
Siberia.
умрем мы тоже
And
в
we will
Сибири.
die in Siberia.
И мы очень рады
And
об
we're very
этом.
happy about that.
Милостью Бога в церкви в Новосибирске есть 640 учеников.
By the grace of God, we have 640 disciples in the church in Novosibirsk.
Мы молимся, чтобы понимать, что делать для обращения всех людей.
We pray to understand from God how we can convert everyone
И
there,
особенно подростков.
and especially the young people,
Потому что мир изменился.
because the world has changed,
И мы должны тоже быть гибкими, чтобы найти новые методы, как
and
обращать
we
людей.
realize we need to be very flexible to learn the new methods to
Но
attract the young people.
Бог благословляет, и за последние 2 года
God's really blessed us in the last 2 years.
16 подростков крестилось в церкви в Новосибирске.
16 teenagers have become Christians in the church in Novosibirsk.
Прежде чем я расскажу вам последнюю новость,
And before I tell you our last really good news,
позвольте мне поднять в ваших глазах одну прекрасную
allow me to
женщину.
just raise up in your eyes for a second a great woman.
Это Тэмми
Oh
Флеминг.
God.
Когда я собиралась говорить эти хорошие новости,
When I got ready to share this good news,
я не знала, что Тэмми будет
I did
переводить
not
меня.
know that Tammy was going to translate me. Okay, I feel better about this.
И я не хочу ставить Тэмми в неловкое
And I didn't
положение.
want to put her in an
Это
awkward
правда.
position.
Но спросив много сестер,
But I asked a lot of sisters.
я полностью уверена, что будет
And I'm
неправильно
100% sure that it would not be right before God
не сказать об
to
этом.
not say what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Я думаю, Тэмми просто должна выполнить ту роль, которая ей сейчас
I
отведена.
just need to obey and do my job. So.
Просто повторять. На самом деле, это просто удивительный человек, которого
just,
Бог послал в нашу жизнь.
A surprising kind of person that God has put in our life.
Это большая милость для всех нас, русскоговорящих женщин.
We've really, it's great
Я
grace
верю,
from God.
русская
All
группа
the
поддержит меня.
Russian-speaking women, yes.
То, что Тэмми, она прекрасно говорит
Tammy
по-русски
speaks well in Russian
и прекрасно понимает
and
русский.
understands well.
И мы очень
And
благодарны
we're
за
very
тебя,
grateful for you.
потому что Тэмми — это наш
Because
канал
for me,
связи
this is our channel of connection to the
со
world,
всем царством.
with the whole kingdom, really.
И мы очень благодарны
We're
ей,
very
что все эти
grateful
годы
that all these years
она делает все, что может,
she's made every effort. She's done everything she
чтобы
could
помогать нам быть в этой связи и
to
быть в
help us
единстве.
be this connection and this to the world.
Thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're
you.
welcome. Thank you.
Почему я не могу сказать про Тэмми?
Well, the reason why I couldn't leave that out
Потому что следующая новость
because
— это плод
The next news is actually fruit
ее огромной помощи для нас.
of her great help to us.
Она сделала все, чтобы вдохновить нас,
She did everything she could to encourage us
организовать корпус надежды.
to host a Hope Youth Corps, the first Russian-speaking youth corps in the world.
Это был первый в истории русскоговорящий корпус надежды.
First in the history of Hope Youth Corps, a foreign-speaking and Russian youth corps.
Даже если вы не знаете, где находится Сибирь,
If you don't know where Siberia is, it was that there you go.
это было невероятно.
It was incredible.
Этим летом 30
This
студентов и
summer,
подростков
30 students and teens
со всей России приехали
from
в
all over
Сибирь,
Russia came to Siberia
чтобы участвовать в корпусе
to
надежды.
be participants in the very first Russian Hope Youth Corps.
Пока мы не организовали эту программу,
Before we had ever done this,
мы при всем том, что мы слышим со всего царства,
we've been hearing all over the world
мы не
about.
могли представить, насколько это важно.
We knew it was amazing. We just didn't understand how important it would be for us.
Спасибо Тэмми, что она сделала все, что могла,
Thank you, Tammy, that she did all she could
чтобы вдохновить нас на
to
это.
encourage us to do this.
Большая часть этих ребят
Most of these people
это подростки,
were teens,
и это дети тех учеников,
and they're children of those disciples
которые крестились в
who
90-х.
were baptized early in the 90s.
И это очень важно, чтобы обратить следующее
And
поколение.
it's so important we understand this tool to convert the next generation.
Этот корпус реально повлиял на их жизнь,
This Hope Youth Corps really affected their lives.
потому что после корпуса у них еще был
After the Hope Youth Corps,
лагерь.
they also had teen camp.
Yes. Да. И это было просто незабываемое время
It
вместе.
was unforgettable.
Мы очень благодарны Богу, что после корпуса крестилось двое
And
подростков.
after this, 2 of the teens were baptized.
И спасибо Богу,
So
что
thank
одна из них
that one of them
это наша дочь Лиза.
was our daughter Lisa.
Я очень благодарна.
I'm so grateful to God.
В завершение то, что я хочу
In
сказать.
conclusion, I just wanted to say
Чему я учусь в последнее время, в
what
этом
I've been
году.
learning recently from God.
Что когда я думаю, как делать все, что я могу,
When I do all I can do, when I make every effort,
на самом деле это просто.
actually everything becomes very simple.
Моя роль
My role
открывать людям Библию.
is just to open the Bible with people
И не бояться
and not be afraid
предлагать людям начать изучать Библию.
to ask the question, would you like to study the Bible?
И доверять, что все остальное сделает уже Бог.
And just trust that everything else, God will take care of it.
Спасибо вам, дорогие сестры.
Thank you, my dear
Пожалуйста,
sisters.
вспоминайте нас в своих молитвах.
Please remember us in your prayers. Thank you.
Спасибо, моя дорогая.
Okay, I'm not here to speak. I'm here to introduce a really awesome sister that I respect so much. Lanny would be considered a young Christian to all of us, but I just respect her heart and her conviction for God so much. You know, she has a very high-powered job. She actually owns a very famous architectural firm in Indonesia, but you won't feel that when you speak to her. You know, I just love her heart, her love and devotion for God. You know, you guys hear so many good news from Indonesia, but we could not do it without the support that we got from leaders like Lanny and Tjie and all the others. But I just want you guys to hear her heart. I am so inspired by her life, by her humility, and every time I see her, I know, God is going to use her so powerfully. You know, her devotion for God, her serving heart, her humility keep me going and keep me inspired all this time. So Lanny, you can to share all your life. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mania. Good afternoon, sisters. Really awesome to be able to share some of my experience here. As Fanny already introduced me, so I go straight to the to my topic, which is as a chosen person to be his disciple is actually, I really feel as privileged for me. If not, then I don't know where I am now. I maybe have a miserable life, unhealthy life, and now I have my loving husband, which his love is only for me. You know what I mean, right?
Amen.
After 18 years of marriage, then he decided to repent and follow Jesus. When I asked to get the topic of love and network equal to evangelism. First, I want to focus on the love. When I feel love from God, I think that's everything. So I don't have any other reasons not to share His love to others and not to serving Him. So I really feel love, and every morning even I pray to soften my heart, that I always feel grateful of His love, that He saved me. And then I want to focus on the network. What is network actually? Start thinking, what is my network? I will start with the smallest one, which is my family. It's considered my network too. And my relatives, my friends, my colleagues, my clients. As Fania said that I'm having a consultant, so my clients also I consider as networks. So I want to start with my families. This is my loving husband and my son Andrew. We're blessed with one son. He's 23 years old now and still studying in Vancouver. He was baptized 4 months after us in 2007. And during the relationship, the interactive with my husband is always have different opinions, different desires, different expectations sometimes. But this verse really helped me. The Galatians 5:24, like I have to crucify all my interests, my personal interests, because otherwise the ego will lead leads me basically. So when I crucify it, then I just consider others. So even when I deal with my husband, sometimes the ego or that I want to be treated like this. But then when I again remember the Galatians 5 reminds me that okay, I put him first. I put his interests first other than me. It really helps me. So thank you for the word of God. And then the second, I want to go to my relatives. These pictures shows that after we got baptized, we share, especially James' change is drastic. And then we share to our siblings. And then the two on the top left actually is my sister-in-law and and the husband, which become disciples 2 years after us. And then the children at the bottom left, 3 of their children also become disciples. And then the one in the middle, actually the eldest daughter from Natalie and Frank. Frank passed away 2 years ago. And then Natalie, eldest daughter, got married a few months ago with Philip, disciple, in the Northern Virginia church. Yeah, and then they will be in Jakarta this weekend. The right picture, actually Chiheng's father, that left the family after a quarrel with the mom. But then he saw Chiheng's change, and then he decided to follow and then baptize with the new mom. But the new mom already passed away too, with as disciples. Thanks God for that. And then this is my own siblings. I have 2 sisters. The second sister just passed away 2-3 months ago. But then I want to share this experience that when my auntie passed away, we have to make a heritage certificate. Then a few months after, 1 year after that, my sister passed away. The heritage certificate is not ready yet. But then in the family gathering between among the cousins, because my auntie is not married, so the heritage go to the cousins. And the other cousins challenged not to, just copy my sister that passed away a few months ago for the certificate, which I don't feel good, I don't feel right. So I stand up and then I said, sorry sisters, I cannot agree with that. against that. But I have to say it humbly because my sinful nature is coming up. And I have to really pray, God, please humble my heart. And then I have to say it nicely. And I share that first, that no lying. And then my sister said that you cannot lie. You must lie, even to your children. But white lie is okay, right? That's what she said. She's a Catholic. That's the elder sister in the class next to me. And then I said, sorry, this is the first that I learned, and then I have to follow that. I don't want to sacrifice my conviction, my salvation. And then I thought she will sign it for the second sister signature. But then after we meet again, a couple months after that, then I found out that they don't decided to copy my sisters. So we just go through repeat the procedure of this heritage certificate. So I thank God that they want to listen to the words of God. Through us, we can share the words of God through our life. And this one, the network of the friends. The man on the right side, the man that I hate the most. hated because he always asks my husband to go gambling. He is a golf friend of Tjie, and then after golf they still playing card, and then not go home. Even Saturday night they play card. So, but after we got baptized, become disciple, we share, because he's the one that first asked us to go to church. Previously, Tjie is an atheist. So when Hendra, his name is Hendra, bring us to the church, and then after we got baptized, we shared with them, and then they also get baptized 1 year after us. With the children, that's Fania and Harlem there, a few years ago. And the last, I think early this year, we have a senior high school reunion, and just happened, I met with one friends that still, living in Netherlands. And then just happened to share that I found that she filed divorce. The relationship with the husband is not good, and then she filed divorce. And then I happened also to share with her my conviction, my experience with my husband, what God wants us to live. And then after he got back to Netherlands, she said that, okay, I cancel my file. Wow. So she's not divorced, and I challenged her to go on Skype because the place that she lives, there's no church there. So she has to travel to Amsterdam, maybe 2 hours, something like that. So it's difficult for her. And I asked her whether we can go on Skype weekly. But through a busy schedule, we haven't done yet. Pray for her also. That's the woman on the right, the second from the top. That's her name, Lina. And then from my colleagues, my next network is my colleagues at the office. As Fania said, that I have an architecture firm. This is my partner, is American architect. He's from San Diego. They're with the Indonesian wife now. We just launched the book of Thomas Eliot, and he knows that after we study Bible, after hours of my office hours, I was sharing Bible with others, and then I keep sharing with him. And when he has a struggle with the wife, he shared with me, and then finally, we will soon have a counseling session with Harlem and Fania. Pray for him too. And also when we become disciple, we changed our software because in Indonesia normally the software is not original. So as my commitment to follow Jesus, I have to change all my software, which is the AutoCAD software. It's not cheap, like 3,000 US per software. And I shared to my partner, and then I have to change the software, and then he supports me. So it's luckily I have a supportive people surround me, so we can live righteously. And also not to have double booking. Because again, in Indonesia, we used to have a double booking to avoid tax. But then again, I said, as disciple, if we want to really live righteous, then we don't have any double booking anymore now. And we have to introduce to the clients also that, sorry, always the client asks, don't pay the VAT tax, 10% is a lot, because your fee is so high already and then pay 10% more. So, and then, but I try to explain to the clients that, okay, since I became Christian, I know what Jesus wants, then I have to report everything. Sorry for that. And then one case, there's a client that having a house in LA, in Beverly Hills. And they said, I cannot report this to the tax, no matter what, but I want to use Tom, to use your company. So please give exception to this. And I said, sorry, sir, I cannot do that. And then after 2 months, he still come back, he found a way, and we still report to tax. We have that project that we really want to actually, because it's a nice project in LA. It's good for you. So that's the network, what I share with the people around me. And I think by sharing our life to whoever I will meet, even our own close friends, families, and whoever we meet, basically, it's equal to evangelism. Amen. So it brings more people to church, to become Christian and then to His kingdom. First, when I try to find the dictionary, what is evangelism? It's just preaching. Preach and preach. And I remember my previous Lord is like, oh, okay, I cannot preach. I'm not a preacher. But I think through the Bible, I understand how God wants us to do. Sister, I'm sure you know about this picture. Anybody knows? Anybody can help? What is this? This is a Louis Vuitton showcase. As a branded name, I think they put so much money to decorate the showcase. And every season have different showcase, and they hire good designers. And as you know, in Louis Vuitton, not only the showcase is nice, but the goods inside the shops also nice, right? So this is another picture of the showcase. So this first reminds me that we have to live and set examples. By setting examples, we show that we live the words of God. Actually, we really become showing God's glory to others. And then also this verse reminds me to be the salt and the light. I remember a long time ago when I pray, I always said, God, please help me. I want to be good person wherever I want to go, whenever I am. So people surround me feels I'm a positive energy that I can give. So and then in one prayer also I remember that, oh, okay, that's regarded to this verse, that you have to be the salt. If the food without the salt, you can imagine, and then you add the salt, the food becomes good taste, as long as not too much. But then I feel like, okay, wherever we go as disciple, we have to be the salt. Like people surround us, feeling the positive energy and then the happiness, the glory from God. And the lights means also like people can see God's glory to us. So this verse really helps me to remind that I have to guard my heart. I have to really live like what God wants me to live, and be the light and the salt wherever we go. This verse also, as having, I know that we are still baby Christian, 7 years, compared to all of you, which is already so much experience. So I just share a little bit of my experience taking care of my ministry. I think I learned also because my discipler is very good example. I really feel grateful to God that Kiki and Maya is our discipler. Yeah, and then they are really very great example. So God wants also, we learn that when we lead our ministry, we just show examples to the people that our value member. So like that chicken there, that we have to really show example, and then basically is follow Jesus. Jesus is a really great example. When we follow his step, we just no mistakes. Basically, we just have to follow what he said. So, sisters, are we God's showcase today? So please remember that we always show God's glory, and we have to be the salt whenever we go. Just keep preaching to the network we have and bring more people to God. Like what we do, even though we do a small part of it, we can build the wall. Like that picture, build the Lego wall. So just do our part, and then with the network, we can still build the kingdom. Relay, and then we build the kingdom, living like Christ-like. Thank you so much. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Lanny and Oksana. It was amazing. I don't understand Russian, but you can see, right, her expression. And I just wish I could sit at her feet and listen. I love the language, but I love the joy. And I love the conviction. I was really moved. And I like snow, so it's okay. I don't know if I like 5 months of snow, but we really appreciate your church and your region, and you're an inspiration to all of us, really. And definitely, of course, Lanny. I got to know Lanny just recently, but we're sharing a lot of life together, and I'm so amazed. You see her network, right? Her life, really like what Vanya said, her life is basically the story. And what I found very encouraging from that is we all have the same life. How many of you have a family? Right? I mean, I have family. We've got colleagues. It's not that Lanny has actually something in her life that we don't have, but it's how she's using her life. And so that to me was very, very inspiring, that, open my mouth, be confident of my convictions. Some of you don't know what double booking is. It's not booking the room twice. Lanny taught me this last year. It's 2 sets of ledger books. One for the tax man and one for the real prophet. And everything is, on the sly. Indonesia, it is really difficult to be honest and successful. It's nearly impossible. And some other countries are similar to that. Not Singapore. I just had to throw that in there. But for some of us in countries that are very open and honest and transparent, it might be difficult to realize that could ruin her business. This is not just taking a little bit of a different track. It could destroy their company. And yet, they haven't been destroyed. They are doing fantastic. God has blessed them for their heart and conviction. So we're very proud of you, Lanny. Thank you for sharing. Sisters, it's already been a fantastic morning coming into the afternoon. And I love how we get a break in the afternoon because I'm very full. Maybe not my stomach, okay, but my spirit is full. One of the sisters from America came out halfway through the morning session, and she said, I'm crying. I'm just crying. I don't know why I'm crying. And I said, well, maybe it's jet lag, but more it's actually emotional and spiritual full, and you need time to process. So afterwards, I do hope you enjoy our great Singapore food. The weather's cooler, but rainy, but never mind, it's cooler, so it's nice, okay? But most importantly, have time with each other. Grab somebody if you don't already have an appointment with somebody. There's plenty, okay? Grab somebody. Don't eat alone unless you really need to have that time off. But enjoy the fellowship. Let it sink in. Share your convictions. And be refreshed for tomorrow. The brothers are already on the buses. I was given the word. The buses are on the way. So our 2 speakers were most fantastic of all speakers in the world. They finished on time. So now I need all of us to be as awesome as our speakers were. So I have some instructions for everybody. When we exit I need the women to go to the car park. Okay? So there's an exit there with Janice at door number 1. There she is, okay? This is a stairwell. It will take you all the way down to the car park. If you need a cup of coffee, they are still having it there. You still need to exit here. No, if you cannot walk on stairs, please let me know and we will allow you to go on the lift. Otherwise, no one can take lift or that exit. So basically, just remember, go that way. Don't go to the other levels to meet your friends. If you do that, the brothers will kill us, okay? Go all the way to the car park and meet your friends. The other classes are still in session, so please go quietly. Thank you very much. Thank you.